welcome to our new YouTube channel where we're going to be discussing lots of things Disney. A couple of days ago, a relative asked me why on earth I would want to keep going back to the same place, Disney. So I was wondering why you like to go back to Disney all the time.
I like to go back to Disney all the time because, one, it's just so much fun, and two, because it reminds me about when I was a child, the first time we went to Disney, and it brings all those feelings back, that first initial excitement, you know, when you get told you're going to Disney for the first time when you're a kid. Those feelings never leave. Well, they don't for me. Every time I book a Disney holiday, that is the excitement.
Definitely. And also, you know, I remember we went with our grandparents.
Yeah.
And they've passed now, you know, they're gone, but those memories are still here, and you get to go to Disney and see some of exactly the same things you did with them as well. Some of it hasn't changed. A lot has.
Yeah.
But there's just little glimpses, those little memories. But also there's just so much to do there.
I know. And there's new stuff all the time. So every time you go, there is new and exciting things happening there.
Definitely. I mean, lots of people don't realise as well what Disney is. They think Disney is a theme park, just one theme park, but there's much, much more. There's 4 theme parks. There's 2 water parks that you've got the golf. There's
Disney Springs.
Which is a huge shopping centre now, isn't it? With amazing shops there. It's really, I'm really excited about Disney Springs.
There's
Boardwalk,
mini golf, beautiful.
Mini golf is one of our family favourites.
And there's Disney Quest.
It's gone.
Oh,
it's gone. My son will miss that one, but I don't think anyone else will. Anyway, but there's just a load to do there, and of course that's just in Disney. That's not even considering Universal and SeaWorld parks and the beaches and all the other things that are going on there, because there's plenty more Orlando has to offer than just Disney World. You know, leading on to our next question, is it expensive?
The cost.
It's the cost.
Yeah.
It is. I mean, it would be wrong to say it isn't an expensive holiday, because it is.
It is.
You're not going to get to Disney for £800 last minute deal for...
No.
You know,
there is no last minute deals really with Disney.
Unless maybe if you could go, you know, and you haven't got children and you can go at different times of the year. I haven't really looked, but I know for us, in our situation, there's no such thing as a last deal in the summer, is it? That's
no.
And you can spend thousands on it if you want to. You can have a £10,000-15,000 holiday there easily. So I think perhaps when people think of Disney, that's what they're thinking of, is these very expensive, you know, holidays. But we've had holidays there where we've been for, you know, 2 weeks at Easter time, and I'm talking in the last few years, 2015.
Yeah.
Where we went with our car, our flights and accommodation for £2,500. So it can be cheaper, reasonable. It
can be reasonable.
You know, it just takes a bit of looking around and
planning. That's what it takes. It takes planning.
We should do a video on planning.
We should.
That I get asked a lot is how big it is.
It's huge. It is huge. It is not an Alton Towers or an Oakwood or a Thorpe Park. It is massive. We're talking 40 square foot. That is the size
square foot.
Square meters. Oh, we're talking 40 square miles even. And that is the size of
probably Barcelona, just a little
San Francisco.
Yeah. They were the sort of places we looked and it sort of compared to, wasn't it?
Yeah.
But yeah, you know, you wouldn't want to do that in your flip-flops walking around, you know, Disney World, and thinking you're going to do everything. The parks are not next to each other either. You haven't got sort of Epcot next to Magic Kingdom, next to Hollywood Studios. No. They are spread out across, and within, you know, different resorts are there, and, you know, so it is a very big place.
Yeah, so how many resorts are there at the moment?
I believe there's 30. I only know that because of the is it 30 stays in 30 days or something like that.
Oh, that lucky family. Which leads on to the next question, really. People ask about car. Do you really need a car to have a Disney holiday? No, you don't really need a car. You can go and use transport. I've only just come back from my latest Disney holiday where we did 2 weeks. 1 week we used the Disney transport to get everywhere, and the second week we hired a car. That was down to my husband's first Disney holiday. Loved it. And he was a bit nervous about driving abroad. He'd never done it before, so we decided to do it that way. But actually, he said he found it really easy.
Yeah, I mean, it's all straight roads, no roundabouts, and just slip roads, isn't it? It's a bit of a pain in the bone if you miss your exit, because you've then got to go all the way to the next one to turn around. But actually, it's really easy. My husband drives over there and he quite enjoys it. But I don't think at the same time it's a necessity.
No.
It's great if you can drive. But if not, there's a very, very, very reliable hotel transport, and not just from the Disney hotels either. Most off-site hotels will offer some sort of transportation.
And all the transport is extremely good. It has to be, doesn't it? I mean, it's their main income over there is tourists.
Yeah,
so
definitely.
they've got it's a high standard.
It seems to be, from our experience, quite efficient. I'm sure there's been times when it hasn't been. Yeah, so no, I would say you don't need a car. You don't need it. If you can get one and you want to do it, great.
It does give you a little bit of freedom, which leads on again to the next question. How close to the beach is Orlando? To go to the beach, you're going to need a car.
Yeah, you're not going to get the magical express to the beach, are you?
No.
But no, we had a funny situation where one of our relatives went to Florida to go to Disney World, and they were really disappointed because they assumed Disney would be on the coast.
No, you're looking at, shortest drive to the beach is about an hour.
Yeah,
or quickest, that's about an hour.
Yeah. Our preference is for Anna Maria Islands. If we're going to the beach, they've got some beautiful beaches down there on the Gulf Coast, and we're looking at about an hour and a half drive usually it takes us, doesn't it, to get to Anna Maria?
Yeah.
But it's well worth a visit. Well worth a visit. I mean,
So
last
pretty.
time, really pretty. And if you like wildlife as well, I mean, last time we were there, I filmed dolphin and manatee on the same day, within about an hour of each other, just in the sea, in the shallows. It was really lovely. Really lovely. So definitely, but no, Disney is not on the beach.
No. What else do you think people want to know?
Well, I get asked a lot, what would I personally advise somebody to do? A hotel, villa, condo, that sort of thing. And I think really it depends on how long you're going for, who you're going with.
Personal preference.
And definitely personal preference. I mean, a villa is lovely.
If there's a big family,
Definitely.
lots of people, when they do go to Florida or do go to Orlando, they go with their family, and I mean, we're talking mums, dads, grandparents, aunts, uncles. Well, a villa is just ideal then, and especially with the price.
Yeah,
it is
A villa
the best way to do it then.
And it's also nice to have that bit of space as well when you come home in the evening, especially if you are with, like you say, extended family who you perhaps don't want to be changing in front of, or you sharing bathrooms with, or something like that. It's nice then to have that space and that sort of
And what else is nice about villa is the pool.
Yeah.
A lot of them will have their own pools.
Yeah, you don't have to share.
You don't have to share. So that's a nice touch.
Although I'm not sure how I feel about them being in those enclosed sort of.
I've never been in one, so I
No,
can't really.
I mean, I like lying in the sunshine. And when you rent a villa, sometimes they're in those, I can't think what they're called now, screened off sort of.
I know what you mean.
Yeah. And I think, for me, perhaps that would only be the downside for me. I mean, we like to stay in a condo, don't we?
Yeah, I like a condo, because it's kind of like got the privacy element of a villa.
Yeah, definitely.
But then also has the sort of feel of a hotel with your your restaurants on site
Yeah,
and
and-
your pools, and
Yeah,
sometimes the communal aspect is nice, you know.
definitely. I mean, we've got our own bedrooms and bathrooms even in a condo. You can get like a 3-bedroom condo. In terms of size-wise, often the condos over there that we go on holiday to will be bigger than the room size in my house. So, you know, you've got that extra space, that extra privacy. I do like that, especially as your daughter is coming up 15.
Yeah,
My son is 12. So for us,
Yeah, I've done a hotel room recently with my daughter and my husband, and it's not ideal as they get older. You know, they're on their phones as all teenagers are, you know, and at 11, 12 o'clock at night you're saying like, that's enough, put it away. You know, we're up first thing in the morning, come on. So it can be harder in a hotel room with older
yeah, definitely.
children.
But hotel rooms are definitely on Disney property. They're definitely the cheaper option than staying in an apartment. And off-site, they tend to be probably a little cheaper as well. So for people who are a little bit more budget conscious, or who just don't care because they're just using it as space to go back and sleep, perhaps for those people, not such a big deal, and a hotel is perfectly fine.
Oh, you know, the hotel has massive
I mean,
bonus points, you know.
And if you think about the Disney hotels, the theming is so beautiful.
I know.
And the Universal hotels, the theming is really lovely. You know, some people want that. Some people want that, sort of like, take the Polynesian, for example.
Oh, it's brilliant.
You know, or
such a beautiful hotel.
or Fort Wilderness.
Grand Floridian.
Exactly. So some people, they just want that experience of staying in that sort of themed
Yeah.
environment, which I can completely get.
And I suppose in a hotel as well, you don't have to clean your own room.
This is a very important point. We have to clean our own condo, which is not fun.
You do it, so it's fine.
I'm not next time. That's your job. But what parks are there then? Well, we've mentioned the parks already. We've said, you know, there's the 4 theme parks and the 2 water parks.
Yeah.
What about outside of Disney then? What else is around?
Well, there's so much to do. You could do a whole video on it really about the outside of the magic. There's airboats where you can go and try and find some alligators. That's fun. We've done that.
Yeah.
There is going down to the beach, which we've discussed.
There's things like Gateland and Wonderworks and Space Kennedy.
Oh, Space Kennedy's great.
You know, the Universal parks are huge at the moment, especially because of the Harry Potter.
And they're great fun. Great fun.
Universal got a new water park, Volcano Bay. And then there's the SeaWorld parks as well. So
Yeah,
you know,
Discovery Cove.
there's
That's lovely. That's a great day out.
yeah, definitely.
Especially if you don't have a car and can't get to the beach. Discovery Cove has that tropical beach feeling.
Definitely. But also there's other days there as well which are free. For instance, on our last trip, my husband and I took a day trip to Circle B Bar, which is a reserve. And it's a place that's totally free. It's a long walk. And you can see alligators in the wild. And we saw wild boar or pigs or some sort of wild animal. We saw, you know, different birds of all sorts, bald eagles and all sorts of things like that. It was absolutely beautiful. Deer. And sometimes you can get really lucky and see a bobcat.
Oh.
We didn't, but maybe next time. So there's absolutely tons to do. And then there's obviously your pool days,
Yeah.
you know,
Yeah.
and your chill out days.
And
as
on a
well.
rainy-
malls.
Yeah, on a rainy day we went to the cinema,
Oh, fork and dine.
but which was dine-in cinema. So we sat there having our lunch whilst watching the latest Spider-Man. It was great fun.
Yeah, and a nice way, like you say, to spend a rainy afternoon when there's probably, you know, I mean, some people, all you know, credit to them, they just don their ponchos and off they go.
Oh yeah.
Definitely. What do you think about, I mean, obviously this is a given for us, but what do you think about travelling with family?
Great. I love it. It just adds to the experience for me. You know, it's just, I enjoy seeing others enjoy as well.
Yeah.
That's part of it for me. And I know, like your husband, for instance, he loves showing people around, doesn't he?
Oh, he does. He thinks he lives there, or he thinks it belongs to him, or something personal, because he's quite happy to show somebody else around, and he enjoys the reaction to it. He loves a new reaction to different things. But yeah, I think traveling with extended family is good fun if you are all on the same page.
Absolutely. And if you're going with grandparents, that's great, because then you've got some babysitters.
Oh yeah, that we're taking the grandparents next year, aren't we?
We are taking the grandparents next year.
Yeah, and the grandparents,
for that reason.
yeah, they're going to be looking after the kids. They don't know yet.
Yeah.
They don't know yet. But equally, I'm quite happy to travel with my just my husband and my son.
I'm quite happy to travel on my own.
As a solo trip, yeah. We would both do solo trips. It'd be, yeah, if somebody said to me now, I'll pay for you to go completely on your own, can't take anyone with you, would you still go?
Yes. Yes.
Definitely. Definitely.
I'd probably have a brilliant time as well.
Yeah, best time ever. Would you say you would recommend a Disney holiday then? It's, you know, obviously it's a lot of saving. It's years, in some cases, years of saving up, isn't it, really, to go on a holiday of a lifetime?
Yes.
Do you think it's worth the money?
I do. I really do. And I do because I think of that reason exactly, because you have to save so much. You have to save and put effort into it, and it's such a big holiday that it doesn't disappoint. You know, for all the saving and all the you know, waiting, it doesn't disappoint. You go there and it is absolutely magical. It's an amazing holiday, and if your first time, you'll never forget it. So for me, absolutely.
I mean, I think some people worry about the heat, and it's going to be hot. It's a hot place to go, particularly in the summertime when you've got really high humidity as well, and the sweat just doesn't seem to leave your skin, does it? It can be quite hard to tolerate at certain times of the year. So I would say to somebody, think about what time of the year you're going to go. If you don't like it too hot, perhaps there's sometimes not a good time for you to travel to Florida in general. And I would also say that, you know, I recommend don't just go and sort of like stay in that little bubble. Try and get out of that little bubble a little bit, or at least keep your eyes open when you're even around Disney World. We saw lots of wildlife there, armadillos, raccoons, alligators, coyote,
Deer.
So,
of deer.
you know, there's so much there, even when you're just traveling from park to park, you know. So I recommend, if you're going to go, choose a time of year when you think you're going to be able to tolerate the heat and the humidity, and
Go and have fun.
keep your eyes open and have fun and have a great time. That'll be all for today. We don't want to keep you and bore you to death, do we? But hopefully check in with us again. And if anybody has watched, thank you so much.
Dad.
Yep. Thanks ever so much.
Thanks.
Take care.